Hello everyone. So today we'll be talking about a popular mode of sports engagement, fantasy sports, and we'll be shedding light on how it's a proven game of skill through research done by esteemed universities across the globe. For more than 15 years, fantasy sports has attracted academic interest as a unique, skill-based format for sports engagement. These studies have emerged from esteemed international academic institutions like Harvard, MIT, Columbia University, and IIM Bangalore. Research from these institutes have explored key subjects around fantasy sports, such as predominance of skill in fantasy sports, types of fantasy sports users and their motivations, the socio-economic and socio-cultural benefits of fantasy sports. Now, let's look at the key findings of these studies and understand how fantasy sports is a skill-based game. In the year 2009, the Mississippi State and Old Dominion University, USA, through a qualitative analysis study, highlights the impact of fantasy sports on consumption and engagement boost for National Football League content. Another academic paper found that fantasy sports involvement complements traditional sports consumption amongst current fantasy sports players. The paper, released by Society for Industrial and Applied Mathematics, Philadelphia, provided statistical evidence that fantasy sports relies heavily on skills. Also, another important study done by IIM Bangalore used statistical hypothesis techniques to test skill dominance in fantasy sports. And a very interesting study concluded that playing fantasy sports requires a higher range of skill than what is required to manage a mutual fund portfolio. Published in 2024, a joint study done by scholars from IIM Bangalore and SP Jain Institute of Management and Research analyzed users' performances across 2,951 matches and 1,60,000 contests. It concluded that the effect of user skill is significantly more than that of chance in determining winnability in fantasy sports. Through these studies, we can clearly reach a common conclusion that fantasy sports are skill-based games, and it's all about strategy and how well you know the sport and its players.